Hello? Hello? How we doing? I'm not doing so great. Hi. Oh, this is all sorts of crooked now. All right. I had to, for some reason, Logitech decided that it shouldn't actually do my webcam the way that it's been set up for the past year. It decided that it needed to make a mess. So I had to redo this entire layout when I started. I will hydrate. I have some electrolytes, so I'm going to be doing that and water. Because as the title says, I have a fever today, so... but yeah. But I definitely wanted to get this inked because I need to let it dry, the ink dry a fair amount before I get going. Well, I mean that too. So this that we're doing is actually based off of a reference image of my mouth, which I'm not going to show on stream, the reference, but some people who helped me approve the line art have seen it. So I am also just hot, but I am also sporting a fever. So it was a yoke. It was a yoke. I'm so funny. Nah. Maybe later. We'll see. But I don't want to get in trouble. Also, my arm hurts, which is also related to the fever situation. I got a vaccine yesterday, kind of randomly, that I wasn't planning for, and now I feel like crap. So there you go. Hi, Grim. I will do stretchy. Yeah, arm stabby. I also got blood drawn on the same arm, which was a little bit of a trial. And then when I pulled the band-aid off today, it bruised my skin even worse. So I've got like bruises here and here, and then a big old bruise there, which isn't showing up super well, but yeah. All right. Every sippy is a double sippy until I run out of electrolytes. Say something nice about myself. What's the usual? I don't even know. I don't know what I usually do. I'm sick, a member. I'm sick. I don't feel good. You gotta be niceies to me. Something nice about myself. I was really straightforward and honest with the doctor yesterday, even though it was scary for me. So we're actually like, we're moving forward and we're getting back on top of things about taking care of myself. So that's a good thing. And I'm proud of myself for doing that, even though it was scary. So there you go. That's a nice thing about me. Yeah, even when you're being mean to me, you're being nicey. So that's just kind of how you roll. But I don't know how I usually say it. Is it hi Al? Is that it? Is it like that? I don't even know. I just react honestly when I see you. I'm guessing it's something like that though. But yeah, I want to ink this. Do I really know how I want to ink this yet? No. Am I just going to start doing it and hope for the best anyway? Yes. Well, yeah, thank you, Grim. Have a good eep. I'll talk to you later, I'm sure. I'm probably usually more surprised because I haven't messaged you telling you that I am going live like I did today. So it was less of a surprise than normal. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, so yes, I will be using ink. That's a great suggestion. I will definitely be taking that. Thank you for your help. But I'm not sure exactly how much of the lines I want to ink. I'm not entirely sold on doing the straight bar across the lollipop here. I might just do the edges. Because I can always like add more ink if I decide that that's better. But I cannot take the ink away unless I decide to restart it. Which I can do. Like, it's not that big a deal. I did the line art for this one digitally. So I can just print out another copy and... yeah. Very true. I shouldn't do anything straight, especially not during Pride Month. I also briefly considered making the horns and the tail look neon, but I think I'm not going to do that because it's a lot of work to do that, like, traditionally, and I kind of just don't want to bother with it, if I'm being honest. It would also be difficult to cut out the final for a sticker if I did that, which is the plan for this one. It's going to be a sticker. I might also add the words digitally to this one, but I couldn't come up with a God, I cannot brain. I was gonna say a formula, but that's not the right word. I couldn't come up with like a plan where I really liked the wording. So I may just leave it without the wording and then just call it Deliciously Malicious. I'm not sure. Um, but I also can just make bigger decisions another day when I don't feel so shitty. So, yeah. I also haven't fully decided on colors yet. That's the other thing. This is for Shock Pink, so the lollipop is definitely being pink because this is just a pink lollipop month. I've decided to lean into that. All of my art's going to be a lollipop. Not really, but most of it. Maybe I'll even do a lollipop pattern for the quilt block because, like, why not? I can. It's my choice. Um, but I was considering making the lips a specific color of lipstick that I wore a lot when I was in high school. I mean, I still have the same color and I buy it regularly because it looks good on me, but that kind of plays into the lore of the concept here. That is not, however, what my reference image looks like, so it will be a little bit of a stretch, but it's like a really dark, like a black cherry kind of red, which I think will be nice instead of making everything pink. I think getting a little bit of a difference there would be good. But the alternate concept is that I could do that color for the horns and the tail, and then do a lighter pink for the lips. But again, that's all like me just talking out the process here. It's not what we're doing today, so not a big deal. Although I'm just the kind of person who like really pre-thinks through everything. So I could do black. I do have black lipstick and have worn it before. I don't wear it a lot anymore, mostly because I wear a mask when I go out still. So there's no real point in wearing lipstick. But we're just gonna go for this. Because you know what? Fuck it. It would help if I actually followed the line that I drew. That would be smart of me. I feel like my camera is different than it used to be, and it's driving me nuts. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. But I did have it set up a specific way, and now I don't think it's set up that way anymore. But black and pink would look good too. I don't know. I might, maybe next stream I'll just do some color swatches and decide what I think. Once I get the base watercolor down, I can also mess with it digitally if I decide that I really want something else. Oh, I'm realizing I forgot to do something before I started up, but that's fine. Not a big deal. I'm not going to say it because otherwise people are going to yell at me. I feel like there was something else I was going to say today and I don't remember what it was. As if I ever remember anything. I always feel like I'm forgetting something. It's almost like I have brain forgets things disease. Yeah. Anytime I'm talking to somebody, I always feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't think it was a doorway task. I think it's just when I'm talking to people, I always assume that I'm forgetting something, even if it's not like an actual conversation per se. Like every time I'm out here and talking to my brother, I always feel like I'm forgetting something I said I would tell him. And I think that's just because my brain is broken. I don't think there's actually something I'm forgetting. It's probably something stupid, like something that doesn't actually matter, but my brain was like, oh, that would be good to talk about on stream. And then I don't. That's crooked as fuck. That's all right. Yeah. I maybe should have thought this through harder, but you know what? Whatever. I considered just doing like little bookmarks or something today, but I needed to feel like I was actually getting something done. I also need to work on getting my sticker cutter all the way set up, because I got way too frustrated with it when I was working on it on Saturday, because all of the mass amount of literature that came with this cutter, and by that I mean 3 single sheets of paper that aren't even like full office size sheets. All the URLs for finding like manuals and stuff were not correct. And so I had to go through their god awful website and try to find stuff. And it made me so angry that I needed to stop because I was going to implode. Um, so I still need to do that. I got it to connect to my computer. That was fine. Because like one of the few good things about Mac is that stuff is relatively easy. It's all kind of the same kit and caboodle for everything. But I can't, well, I shouldn't say I can't. I couldn't in my state find information on how to install the blade into the cutting machine. Because that was not in the setup guide, which you'd think that's something that they would tell you how to do, or maybe include a sheet of paper with instructions in with the device, but you would be wrong in this case. So I'm gonna need to figure that out, because I've got everything I need to do a test run except for getting the cutter set up. And I'm thinking at this point it's probably going to be faster to just like look for somebody on YouTube who has done like full walkthrough, because good lord, their website sucks. It's real bad. I think I'm gonna start by doing just like a band here instead of doing the full. Just to see if I like that better. Not me not finishing a single sentence today. I forgot what like a really basic Pokemon was called earlier when I was talking to Grim. I was like, oh, maybe I'm feeling a lot worse than I thought I was. Oops. I forgot what Tauros was called earlier. So that's something. Yeah, exactly. And like generally speaking with like those setup instructions and stuff, the images are not particularly helpful, especially if it's a line of things where there are slight differences between each model. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one I forgot. Literally the bull Pokemon named Tauros. Um, yeah, which it should give you like a little insight into how well, read unwell, my brain is working today. Um, I'm trying to decide if I want to add lip lines or just do those entirely in watercolor. And I think the right answer is do them in watercolor, and then if I decide I want ink, I can do ink. I could also just like rub ink all over my hand and the outside of this cap. That's super good. Love that for me. What was I saying? No clue. It's gone. Maybe I did get paint water, even though I was like, oh, I won't paint today. But it's just part of the habit now. But I might mess with some colors and see what I think this color palette should be. I'm actively already taking a sippy, but I'll take another one. There you go. Double sippy. Hey Rainbow, how you doing? You feeling all right after stream? Rainbow is a streamer. If you don't follow Rainbow, you should do that because Rainbow is great and so niceies all the time. Rainbow also has a shop update coming with new stickers and a shaker keychain and another keychain where you can hold up her little sheep character by its butt, and it's really cute. Yeah, me too. I'm glad that you took the break if you're feeling rough. You're usually pretty good about taking care of yourself, but I know that it can be really frustrating to not be able to do the thing you want to do. If you want to drop your Ko-fi link or like a link to your shop announcement or something, Rainbow, you should feel free to do that. Because I know I will be getting the stickies. The Scribble, let's hang out and Scribble one. I'm gonna get like 5 of those, so prepare yourself. So definitely we want to do super pink for the lollipop. I might start with like a Prussian blue underlining on the lips just to differentiate it a little bit. Probably lighter than that, but like in that realm. Cuckoo! Thank you! Yeah, the listings always take so long. But I'm excited to get some stuff, so. I guess I have this magenta color is good. I'll probably end up doing purple mostly shading on the pink or blue. But the magenta might be good too. I do have, where is that? I have a bunch of colors that I mixed like ages ago, and we used those for the, there it is. There are some that are like a nice dark red, kind of like what I'm thinking for the lips here or the tail. I'm not 100% sure, but we used those for the cherries like ages and ages ago. Also, we're coming up on our affiliate anniversary. I say we. I don't know. How I don't know. It's our anniversary chat coming up on the 23rd. I haven't really put any thinking into what I'm doing for that, if I'm being honest. Yeah, something like this, but a bit more red is the call. So if I do that with like a little bit of this, I think that will bring us to where we want it. Yeah, that's what I want. Perfect. All right. Killing it. I will leave that out so that I don't forget which one it is. Yeah, I don't know. I had some ideas, but I don't know that I'm really going to have time to get anything set together, if I'm being honest, because I'm busy all the time, forever. Um, so we might just, I was considering doing like a tip-a-thon or something, but maybe that's not a this year situation. It's not, we're still little. We don't need to worry about it, I think. But yeah, I'm thinking a color like this for the lips. This was like my um, signature lip color when I was in high school. So, and it is one that I still have multiple colors of, so. Because I'm pale as hell, and that color looks really good on me, and always has. Um, that does leave the question of what I want to do for the horn and tails. Tails, plural, single tail. My brain doesn't work. I could also do them pink and then maybe shade it with a lip color to draw it all together. That's probably a good idea. I could do like black or something, but I think that's a little blowing. Because we are also going to need to do pink on the tongue here is the other thing. That one will be shaded a bit more intensely too because of the tongue going into the mouth, right? So we are going to have like a nice dark here for this part of the lollipop to pop out of, color-wise. But I'll probably do some undershading in blues. The next question is if I want to do masking fluid on the highlights. Because there are a couple places where we get a really high highlight. So we have some here and then on the lips in a couple of places. Although it isn't like just a flat highlight. I guess also on the lip or on the tongue right here. First I should erase lines before I get too focused on that. But I do need to let the ink from this pen dry a fair amount before I start putting water on it. And as mentioned I guess in like literally everything I said about this stream, I'm not feeling great today, so this is probably going to be a relatively short stream. I just wanted to like get this set really so that I felt like I'd actually done something today because mostly I've just been staring at my phone and staring at a wall and feeling crappy. So I don't want to fully erase these lines because I have the highlights marked here. I'm just going to not do those in ink because that would be silly. But I did transfer the line art, so it's a lot lighter graphite, so it shouldn't be so bad. Especially if I'm doing a super dark color for the lip, that won't be too bad. Decisions. I guess I'll do masking fluid. Why not? We have the time. Ooh. And really, if push comes to shove, I can just take it back off again. It's not that big a deal. It's not that serious, girly pop. Okay, that's not what I'm doing. I almost just shoved this in my paint water. Can you see that? Stretchy. Buddy, thank you. That's one of the fun parts of masking fluid is really just liquid latex. And so the little pieces around the cap like dry and get really stretchy and weird. Also, it reeks to high heaven, just in case you're wondering. Yeah, this is Goop Supreme. This is expensive, fancy art goops. So I think the call I want to make on this is do like a kind of flat highlight there, wipe this off, and then kind of go back through like this to try and get some of the lip texture in here. I think that's gonna work for us. Because lips be wrinkly. I don't know if you knew that. Lips wrinkle. Kind of like that, so we get a better shape. Yes, Al, perfect. Did my... Okay. It looks like my Fugi wasn't like actually working for a second. I don't know what that was about, but okay. Do want a little bit of one here, but not quite as intense. It's just a little one. It's just a little baby. A little baby highlight. And then our most intense ones are right here on the lollipop. We've got one here on a tongue, and then right through here on the lip. I did alter this a little bit from the reference image, but not a huge amount. I basically just made the lips plumper because I'm a white girl and I do not have the plumpest of lips, but that's the vibe I wanted, so we have artificially plumpened the lips. Just like many other white girls do that have more money than me. Got a little one right here. I really need to find the other shapes of these that I have. I saw them someplace and I was like, oh, I'll remember that and I'll grab them later. And that was a lie. I remember that I saw them. Do I remember where I saw them? Absolutely not. Some people do. I'm not one of them. And they get thinner as you age too, in general. So like I don't dislike my lips, just to be clear. But if you want like a super plump lip, you aren't looking to me for a reference, you know? But some guys really just it's kind of like guys and eyelashes. Really, where it's like, why do you have those glorious things when you don't even use them? Like, you don't even need those. Give them back. Okay, little highlight deal. And then we go bigger highlight through here. I actually had, when I was modeling last semester before, one of the classes kept complimenting my eyelashes, and they were like, we can see your eyelashes all the way from over here. And I was like, what? Okay. And I was like, well, I'm wearing mascara, so maybe that's part of it. And there's like, no, we can see how far off of your eyes they're flying. And I was like, okay. I don't know. It's just my face, man. I don't know. I also just, I don't know. I have a vitamin with a lot of biotin in it because I like growing my nails out. And it helps significantly. It also helps that I'm like way healthier than I used to be. Actually, my doctor yesterday at the appointment was asking like about my exercise routines and stuff. And I was like, I don't do as much as I should, but here's what I do. And she was like, "Well, you're actually doing great. You could just, do it a couple more times a week." And I was like, "Okay, I won't do that, but thank you." I don't know. Everybody was very nice to me yesterday, which was good because I was really nervous about it. I still am nervous about it if I'm being honest, but for different reasons. I don't know. I also like, if I was to say the thing that I have gotten physically the most compliments on throughout my entire life, and not just in like a sexual context, it has always been my eyebrows. Um, like I've had random strangers come up and ask me who does my eyebrows repeatedly, like since I was 12, which like I don't know a single 12-year-old that gets their eyelashes done, or their eyebrows done, I mean. But like, okay. But I don't do anything to them. That's just the shape my genetics made them. This is going to be a mess. I may need to pull this back up later and try again. I think it'll be fine. I don't think I want to do this highlight and masking fluid because it's so much darker. Um, there is a little bit of a highlight like right down here, but I don't think I want to deal with it, if I'm being honest. If I'm being honest, I could do one more highlight up here, I think. And then I think that's that, really. I may end up just like folding origami stars for a while, honestly. Because I feel shitty. But maybe after that dries, I can do just like a base layer to get the shading like blocked in a little bit. And then I'll feel like I actually did an art today. A little bit. But I should also like not push myself too hard, and I'm aware of that. I really wanted to stream. Like I thought about canceling and it made me really sad, so I didn't. Yeah, especially since you aren't streaming today. Like you aren't streaming and Lib is starting later than usual, so I can just like end and not raid anybody and not feel that bad about it. So, especially since I started a little earlier. I do need to remember to shift um at least today, like the Tuesday stream earlier on the schedule because I'm regularly starting like a lot earlier. Because basically the reason that I set the time to start when I did was so that I had enough time to eat lunch after I finished streaming. AYE, not I as in me. But I'm not that worried about it because I've been eating lunch while he is streaming and then feeling like I need to get going because like I'm ready to go. So also on Tuesdays now I have something after stream that I want to do, so if I get to that earlier, then that's better. Let's fold some stars while I'm sitting here and thinking, shall we? Where's my papers? The eternal mess continues. I feel like we don't have a lot of blue in here, honestly. Let's do some blue. Maybe blue and green. Let's do some red. Why not? The primary colors of crayon boxes that you get at a restaurant. I once again did not bring the scissors over here. That's fine. Sometimes with these I end up trimming them depending on how I did the first, like the beginning, it'll end in a different place on the paper, and sometimes it's just a little bit too long, but you can also just like fold it under and it's fine. I'm just very specific about how I do things, so I usually just cut the paper. I do need to decide if I want to do a background on this or not. I'm thinking probably not. Especially, I guess especially not since I'm doing the, or not doing the neon for the horns. I don't really need the background as much. That's probably why I was thinking that in the first place, and then I changed my mind about how I wanted to do it. I did remember to change the channel point redemption for these so that it now says that we'll give away a commission instead of just a sticker, because I don't know. Seems like a sticker is too little. Plus I have the other channel point redemption to do a sticker giveaway, so it makes sense to have those be separate. You got it, Al. Al had insider information today about the cooldown on hydrate being removed. And decided to, I don't know, take care of me like a Tamagotchi, I guess. I probably really don't need the cooldown on most of that stuff. I just do it just in case. But for the most part here, we are not complete chaos gremlins, or at least not in the way that would make me chug so much water I made my tummy hurt. So. Yeah, you do like pushing my buttons. This is true. But I also like it when you push my buttons, so. It seems like a mutually beneficial relationship. I can tell that my nail polish is chipping. I love these matte colors, but they really just do not last at all. I already had to redo one finger after I took a shower yesterday, which is ridiculous, because I did these on Saturday. Like, it's like no time at all. I do think I need to order some more nail polish soon, though, because there are some colors that I want that I don't have. Does it matter that I already have so many nail polish colors that they don't fit in the container that I use for them? No, it doesn't matter. Shut up. I need more colors. But I really want like a glossy kind of foresty green, and I want like a glossy darker purple. I have quite a few purples, but I would like one that's closer to the matte color I have. I also need to get more top coat, actually. I've been using a different brand, which like isn't a bad brand, but it's not my brand, and I can tell the difference. The brand I use, for the record, I guess I might as well say, is Zoya, Z-O-Y-A. I've been using almost exclusively their nail polishes for Ooh, I don't want to think about how many years that's actually been. Never mind. I've been using them for a really long time. You ever realize how old you are? Ugh, the passage of time. But I started using them exclusively in college because I was using some drugstore brands. Um, Hi, lesbian. Um, but I was using some drugstore brands, and like I like to keep my nails painted for a fair amount of time. Um, and I found that the drugstore brands, because I was using them so much, they were actually making my nail layers separate like pie crust, and it was not pleasant. A spice. Good to see you, lesbian. Yeah, it was not good. But this brand I use all the time and have for a really long time, and they've never made my nails do that. So they're good, and I approve. They are expensive, but basically everything is expensive now anyway. I should also get their like refresher liquid for some of my older colors. Now that I think about it. Some of them are getting a little goopy. We like some goop, but not in our nail polish. Oh God. Yeah, super glue is something you can mishap with your nails. I don't know. I've always liked doing my nails. It's just I don't know. It's not really I was thinking about this the other day actually. It's not really like a gender euphoria thing for me. It's just a pretty thing. Like I like adding more color to my person. I also just like the way my fingers look when my fingernails are long. So, mm. But I guess I should say this on stream. I said it on Tumblr, but I didn't say it on stream, I don't think. But we were talking about gender last time before, and I was like, if I was going to go with a label, I'd probably go with genderqueer. Well, that's what I put on my paperwork for the doctor twice. So that's official now, I guess. As official as anything gets. I haven't, Al, but I would love to do that, honestly. Yeah, totally fair, lesbian. Um, I don't know. There's a lot of artistry to nails that kind of gets discounted because it's like a female-oriented kind of art form. Because there are people like actually making full-on art on people's nails. Like that's a thing. I used to do like really elaborate tape layers and stuff so that I could pull off. So you do one color, you do a little bit of like scotch tape, and then you do another color, and then if you pull the scotch tape off, and you do it correctly, you end up with a really nice clean line of the color underneath. So you can like layer colors and make designs that way in a way that's like relatively simple. I used to do a lot of that kind of stuff. I did like full on stars one time that way on my fingernails. But I don't know, it's just a fun little thing. And because I was raised female and all that kind of stuff, I don't know, the way that I approach a lot of the stuff in womanhood is different than somebody else might. Cause I don't know. I was talking about this in a Discord the other day too, where like a lot of the stuff growing up, if you're female, a lot of it feels like a prison. Like honestly, it feels like a lot of expectations that other people don't have that are expected of you, and that's what makes you what you are. But I don't know. I kind of looked in the box and looked at the list and went, I don't like most of these, but I'll take the nail polish and go, you know? So it's kind of like Same with the color pink, really. I still am not a huge fan of pink because it was so forced on me growing up that I don't know. It never felt like a choice to me. Especially because I was the first, so there was a whole like band of cousins that were right around my age in my extended family. Um, and I was the first girl. So it was like everything I owned for a significant amount of my childhood was pink. And nobody ever listened to me when I said that I liked purple better. And it was like a whole thing. So like there are some things that are pink that I like. And I've definitely started introducing more of that back into stuff now. But it was like it's still like if somebody gifts me something pink, I get ick from it. I need to choose it, you know? Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I feel like especially in like the late 80s and early 90s, pink was like the thing. Like the gendered colors were like really coming into their own then. And so like basically everything you got was a set amount of colors and pink and blue were like it for babies for a really long time, especially in the US. I actually read a book the beginning of last year um, about how that happened in the United States specifically and like the culture around what colors are for babies and when that gender binary kind of started showing up in baby catalogs and stuff like that. Very interesting. Am I going to remember the name of the book? Um, no, but I have it on my spreadsheet so I can look. It's like Pink or Blue Story Told by Joe something. Remembering Things? Don't know her. This list, please. Pink and Blue Telling the Boys from the Girls in America by Joe B. Paletti, I'm guessing is how you pronounce that. Do I really know? No. But interesting book if you, and relatively short if you wanted to, I don't know, look into that history yourself. I say relatively short, even for me. I'm usually a pretty fast reader, but I finished it entirely on a plane ride and had to figure out what book to start next. Like I started and finished it um, on like a 3-hour plane ride and then had to read something else. Because I thought it was going to be longer, but a lot of the like end part, since it's an actual like historic dissertation kind of situation, was references. So I underestimated. It would be smart of me to take a photo of where that art is at before I get started on more stuff too, actually. I've been really bad about taking like mid-process photos, especially when I'm streaming. Yeah, totally fair. I what all do I have that's pink? I have a few things. So like I bought this for myself. This has pink on it. But mostly I got it because this is my favorite color. So, but let's see. I have a pillowcase that my grandma made me when I was 5 and had chicken pox. It's pink. Technically, it was pink once upon a time, but I've been using it every night since I got it when I was 5. So it is not a bright pink. um, I guess one of my prom dresses was pink. I have a couple blankets that are pink. That's pretty much it. It's not my go-to color ever. There are definitely other colors that I prefer, but I've kind of stopped actively hating pink now since I've had, I don't know, the more control I have over my own life, the less I am resentful at things that were forced on me, you know, which makes sense. But I hope there's some time where you can play around with that lesbian and safely play around with your gender because everybody deserves that. Ooh, I forgot to move my laundry. It's fine, I can do that later. I also just said something else that I should do, and then I didn't do it. Take a picture of that. That's what it was. Ooh, I did not fold this one very well. That's all right, though. I think we'll all live if I don't fold a star very well once or twice. Yeah, the problem is sometimes if you don't fold it right, they kind of crunch in a bit. Okay, take a photo of that before you forget, dum-dum. All right. Are we having a pressure shift or am I just like losing my mind? Maybe both, honestly, if there's any of my mind left to lose. Okay, yeah, we are having a pressure shift in an hour and a half. Yep, that explains it. All right. Double feeling crummy. Let's go. I do want to at least go like to 3 my time, so maybe 20 more minutes. Because I should go past when I usually stream, just in case anybody has been working really hard. I don't know, to make every single time. It's fine. But I feel the need to do that because it would, I don't know, that kind of thing gets on my nerves. That's not the right way to put it. But I don't know. I think that's actually probably just me being weird about schedules all the time. Yeah, the weather be like that. Thank you, Al. I'll be fine. I get to, go lay down and chill after this. I mean, I could have laid down and chilled for all of today, but then my brain would have tried to eat itself, so we find a balance. Are you dry? Mostly. Let's do some, well, actually, I'm gonna run to the bathroom, which is a good sign. It means that I'm actually hydrated. Which means I'm gonna run some ads. If you don't want to see the ads, I totally understand, and I actually encourage you to not look at them. Don't let capitalism win today. Go take a break yourself, go do a little stretchy, get a snack, get a little treat, go look out the window for a while. If you see an animal, please come back and let me know. Um, and then we will meet back here in about 3 minutes. And then I'll do some underpainting on this so that I can just get the shadows kind of set. And yeah, and then I'll probably go lie down. But I'll be right back. So hang in there. All right, we're back. You know what else I did? I went and moved my laundry. So I've remembered everything. Probably not. Don't take my word for that. But some things. What did everybody else do on their break? Did you see a creature? You have to let me know. That's the law. What size brush do I want to do this with? I did have lines here, but I must have not kept them. I want like a purple here, blue in the back. Let's go with you. You're a nice mid-size here. But I'm just gonna do like a really light shading, like a underpainting basically, just to kind of like see if there's anything I think is too funky at this point in time. So we can make some little adjustments. Good, I'm glad you got a cough drop. It did seem to help you a lot last night. Rainbow played Duck Detective last night, which was fun to watch. Out there. I want to do a little bit of purple where we can see the tongue disappearing into the mouth. Just because that will want to be a little bit of a pinker tone, different tone to that. Actually, I may want to do that a bit farther over here too, on this side. Yeah, it was a good one. I'm gonna need to wait until I don't remember the solutions anymore, which I'm really good at. One of the bonuses of me, you know, having brain don't work is that I can actually wait for a puzzle game until I don't remember the solutions and then go back to it. Which is good considering that my favorite game is actually a puzzle game. Although I've watched other people, this is Last Campfire that I'm talking about, my favorite game, which I got for Rainbow and a couple other people when it was on sale. But I've bought that game for so many other people and watched them play it that I don't think I'm ever going to forget the solutions to that game, honestly. If I have you on Steam, chances are at some point I will buy that game for you and you have no say over it. It's just how it works. It's a really good game. I've bought it for so many people at this point. So I bought it for myself twice. And technically I've played it for myself 3 times. Because I also played it on iPad. I bought it for multiple streamers. I got it for Stars. I got it for I got it for Grim and made them play it. Well, I say made. They offered to play it while I watched. I use a lot of forceful words for how polite I am. I don't know why I do that, but I do. We get just like base level of pinky purpley in here. Who else? I know I've gotten it for other people, but I haven't watched everybody in the world play it. But yeah, pretty much, Al. I make sad puppy eyes via the internet at people until they play my game. Although really I don't even have to do that much. I don't know. I don't ask people for much. I'm a pretty easy friend to have, honestly. I don't expect a lot from people. So when I say I really like this, it would be cool to watch you play it, most people are willing to do that for me. I wanted to do that pink, I think. Pink, I think. Pink, I think. Just wanted to get like some basic undershading down for that at least, because it makes it so much clearer if you can tell that that's like vaguely a tongue instead of just the open mouth, I guess. I do kind of want to smooth these lines out. Like I know that it won't be an issue later, but they bother me now. I'm gonna end up covering that and it's not gonna be a problem at all, but you escape a little bit. I don't know. I bother you a lot. Just like I have the big three right now. I've got 3 people on deck who I annoy anytime that I need attention, and you're one of them, so. I guess I do want to do some blue underpainting on the lips now too. Just a bit. Just like right through here. Yeah, fair. And I do try to be careful to not bother you too much when you should be seeping. Which is why I only send you 1 message when I wake up instead of like 30. Me, I don't think we'll paint on this today. Promptly proceeds to paint on this. I don't know. Art is just kind of like that. Also, I guess it's my brand of brain weird. Where like starting something is actually the hardest part. So if I say, oh, I will do 1 step in this, I'm more likely to want to do more steps after I finish the one. Do think I'll want to do that after that dries, actually, never mind. I was going to say I do want to do some underpaintings, especially on this side for the lines in the lips, but I'm going to want those to be a little bit sharper, so I will wait until this dries a little bit. And a little bit right through here, but pretty light. I was like not even visible at all, but it was gonna bother me. Hashtag artist problems. Where you see all the mistakes in your own work and that's all you can see. I do have a little bit right here. Just a little. The beginning of this one always reminds me of the Eureka theme song. I do think this whole side maybe should get a little bit of an underpainting because it's a lot darker. I have a reference image for this, but it's of my mouth, and I'm a little hesitant to show that on stream, which is why I'm not showing you guys. It's not that I don't trust you. It's that, I don't know, that's weird for me. I showed a couple people who I usually talk to about art stuff to like see if I was on the right track with this, because this is not my usual style. Um, so my brain just like stopped working for a second. Hi geeks, how's it going? If you prefer a different part of your username, let me know. That was just the one that stuck out to me. Do you want to smooth this out a little bit too? I think just a little bit. I do know that I'm going to end up like really working this paper once I get to the lines and the lips. Because doing like, we'll do a little bit of that in a second, but doing the lines of the lips in the underpainting and then over top is, I'll end up using like a very small brush and going over like a lot, even with just some water to like smudge stuff. It helps a lot. Okay, good. Good. Glad it's going well for you. Yeah, exactly, sheep. Sheep? Why is my brain like this today? Exactly, Rainbow. I mean, I know why my brain is like this today. I have a fever. I don't feel good. But I was saying at the beginning of the stream that I forgot a name for a Pokemon when I was talking to Grim earlier. And it's like the most basic Pokemon in the world. And I was like trying to remember the name of it. And I was like, wow, maybe I don't feel as good as I think I do. Because I forgot the name for Tauros earlier today. Like the bull Pokemon, whose name is just Bull. Like, all right. That's the kind of day it's gonna be. Which is fine. Like, I don't excuse me, I don't have like any dire pressing plans or anything that require me to actually have a brain, but sometimes you're just like, oh, all right. That's how it's gonna be today. So a little one up here. Just a little. But yeah, I don't know. I don't usually do like anything involving people with my art. I do my own hands occasionally, but doing the mouth was a little, even though I love this idea, it's a little intimidating to me, not gonna lie. But I have a lot of friends who are willing to help me, which made me feel more comfortable with this, for sure. I also, I don't know, I just feel more comfortable doing my own body parts, which I don't think is like that out there. We see our own pieces way more often than we see other people's pieces. So I'm more familiar with my own mouth than I would be with somebody else's mouth, because I don't know, I've lived a life where I've put a lot of lipstick on my own mouth, so. Do I... Maybe I should finish my thought. I was asking myself, do I want to do some shading on the lollipop, or do I just want to leave it for now? I think doing the mouth first is probably the right call, like fully rendering the mouth first, because that's going to be the more difficult part. I tend to front load my work, so I'll do the really hard part, the part that's really scary first, and then the rest of it feels really easy. Usually that's what I do. Not always, but usually. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. I do need to make sure this is dry before I do that in any case, but I'm probably going to do just an underlaying of magenta in some of the shadow areas. The lollipop itself in my reference image is a lot lighter pink than the pink we're using. This month's color of the month is Shock Pink and Sheep Pank. Sheep Pank. So I'm changing the colors from the reference image and a couple of the shapes, but nothing that far out there. Like it's nothing I can't manage. My brain just short-circuited again. Yeah, I guess I'll wet this a bit and do some basic shading on the lollipop for now. I probably could have wet the entire paper before I started this, but since we've got some pretty, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Pretty distinguished lines, delineated areas, being a little careful about where colors are bleeding is a little important. Just a little, though. But really, round shapes are some of like the easiest to conceptualize. In my opinion, at least. Maybe not for everybody, but I can at least get the first layer down on these, and then they'll be ready for us to pick back up on Friday, when I hopefully will be feeling better. I just had a vaccine yesterday, that's all, so. And my body tends to be a little dramatic when it reacts to things, so. Just got, you know, flu-ish symptoms. Nothing big scary. I also think just getting like the base colors down on this just a little bit will give me a better idea where we're headed with it in general. It's a little too dark. Where else do I want to put some? Right down here. May also end up adding some purple shading to that. Yay! Congrats, Rainbow! Proud of you! Good work. Okay, that looks pretty good. I still need to do the band here, but that's some progress. She's looking a little rotund. That's what we like to see. I do have like a really good reflected light coming from this side too. Did I like actually think about the lighting when I was taking this photo? Absolutely not. But you know, vaguely like that. That shape. But it still ended up pretty good. Okay, that gives us a pretty good baseline. I will probably do some base shading on the tail and the horns here, which I don't need to think about as hard because, well, I need to think about differently because there isn't a reference image for those. It's just in my head. But I think I probably want to undershade those with some magenta purple kind of vibes here. All right. Nothing on that looks super off to me now that I've got like base shading down, so I think we're okay. Like I said, I'm nervous about this one. If I'm being honest, I'm a little nervous. But either I do it and I like it, or I do it and I don't like it, and then I can just put it in a file folder and never look at it again. So, you know, Everything is low stakes if you look at it in the right light, you know? And also, like, if I make bad art, who the fuck cares? I do think it's funny that I've managed to do, like, a lollipop theme this month. I guess really pink just makes me think of lollipops. I don't know. There is that other idea that I had from my friend, which is heart-shaped confetti on the bottom of a boot. I don't know if I'm going to get to that one this month. It's a very highly detailed one. Um, and I also would like to finish my Pride stuff, and I have a commission this month. The person who commissioned me was like, "Oh no, no rush at all," but I feel the rush. I need to get it done. I need to check it off the list. So I need to get working on that. Um, I say as if I already have. If I cannot speak, I say as if I haven't already started working on it, which I have. I just need to get a real sketch solidified so that I can get approval for that, and then that'll be easy. The sketch is the hard part, for me at least. Once I get the lines like set, the rest of it's pretty easy. Like shading and rendering in general are just kind of fussy, but it's not bad. Sketching makes my brain hurt. Okay, electrolytes have been completed. Yeah, for sure. This one I redid. So I did the line art digitally, which I've been doing for a lot of stuff because it's just easier to futz with stuff digitally than it is to do it on paper. And then I transfer it over onto the art paper. But I redid this one like 5 times maybe before I finally got to a point where I was like, all right, I'm willing to show this to other people to ask what they think. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to get so I'm good at visualizing stuff in my head. Getting the stuff that's in my head out is the issue. But I don't know. That's not the sketch that I wanted to show. Where is it? Where are you? So like this isn't that different, right? So this is the sketch for this. Like the concept is still there, and it's pretty clear that I had a pretty strong concept with this one. If you can tell what my lines mean, I can tell what my lines mean. So, so like I had a pretty clear concept, but getting all the little like fiddly details to a point where you're happy with it, especially for a design that's not super lined like this is. So I'm doing a lot of the shape work in color, but I need to think about that through the whole process, you know? Which it helps if you have some photography knowledge and you're drawing something that you can take your own reference shot for sure. That helps. But I do also just take a long time to think about stuff. So like I was conceptualizing how I was going to shade this while I was falling asleep last night. I gotta think it through. I'm like that with everything. I need to have some space to think everything through and think about all the weird little spots that might happen so that I'm prepared. But like this one too, where I was pretty pleased with myself when I found the reference images that me and my friend had found for that, because it was like spot on. But I looked up a couple references just to see what the swirling of this kind of candy would look like. I looked up a reference for the twist tie, and that was pretty much it. I had the rest of it on lock in my head. But I know a lot of artists with who have difficulty visualizing stuff in their head, which is interesting to me because I will make like an entire piece in my head and then I will get so exhausted trying to make that come out that I'll just give up. It's just it's interesting to be able to see everybody's different processes and like where their hangups are. One of the blessings of the internet is that I can learn from everybody and see everybody's process so that I understand the world better. Um, yeah, but I think that's where I'm gonna call it today. I am still feeling crummy, so um, but we got a good base layer down here. Did I already take a photo of that? I meant to. Did I actually though? Question? I did. Look at me go. Um, but we'll continue with this one on Friday. I should be feeling fine by tomorrow, I'm sure. It won't be a big deal. But I'm not gonna raid anybody either. I'm just gonna skulk off and go lay down. That's my plan. What a dad activity. Way to go, Cap. Thank you for the lurk. I will. I promise. I promise. I will go chill. I have some shiny hunting to do, which is a good chill activity for me. And will keep my brain from trying to eat itself. So I am doing a stretchy actively. If you couldn't tell by the way my voice just got strained, I'm doing a stretchy. I will also do a hydrate. Thank you, Catherine. I'm sure I will. It's just it's just vaccine funk and my body being dramatic about everything all the time. Which like my brain does that too, so I don't know what else I would expect. But let me switch over to the ending screen even though I'm not really going anywhere. We can just hang out here. Hang out here for a little bit, because I drew that and I like seeing it. So oh, I was pretty pleased. One of my doctors yesterday actually had glasses frames that matched my branding coloring. So her glasses were like the lilac and the mint color, and I got so excited. And I actually like showed her one of my business cards to prove that I was being serious. I was like, "Oh my God, I love your glasses frames. Those actually match my branding colors that I use for my business." So I showed her, and it was very funny. Um, I did say something nice about myself at the beginning of the stream, but what else can I say nice about myself? How about that I'm actually respecting both chasing the serotonin and my limits today. So I streamed, even though I'm not feeling well, because not streaming made me really, really sad. Um, like the idea of not streaming made me sad. So I did a little bit, but I'm also respecting my body's limits and gonna go rest now, which is difficult for me. So I'm doing it. Look at me go. Thank you. So yeah. Um, what do I usually say now? My brain is really not working. Um, I say that as if my brain ever really works. It works in strange ways. Um, and those strange ways often do not include me remembering what I'm supposed to be doing in the moment. Um, yeah, I remember now. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Remember you're loved because I love you. If you can't take care of and be kind to yourselves for yourself, please do it for me. Because I think that you're awesome and you deserve nice things. And that includes from yourself, even on the days when it's really hard, okay? So imagine me as a little cheerleader in your head, telling you to get it done, but also take care of yourself at the same time, okay? Love y'all, and I will see you on Friday, if not before, on other places of the internets. All right? Bye.